DJ, you have a 4-step process that you talk about for internet marketing. Can you walk us through this?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a methodology that our company works, our full company works behind this process, and really, it's the process that all companies should use to be successful in digital marketing. The first step is called strategy. That's where when we first talk to our clients, we're just learning about them, learning about what makes them different, the differentiators, anything that we can learn. We then we'll make recommendations for the services, which typically fall within the next three steps. The next step would be creative. So before we send any traffic to a client's website, we want to make sure that the content that they see is going to resonate with the visitor, with the website visitor. So we typically are going to be building a new conversion-friendly website, or making enhancements to the existing website, or building landing pages specific to given services. Once we are happy and we feel like the everything is copacetic, everybody's going to be seeing what they need to see, we then move to traffic building. In that case, we always recommend search engine optimization, Google My Business, and also Google Paid Ads. There's other services as well, but those are the most impactful for lead generation. And then we always say, for the final step, which is measurement, we always want to be letting data tell our story. So by data, we're using data-driven decisions to basically put that entire process and circulate it and do it over and over again.
So let's drill down on search engine optimization. What are the methods that you use to move somebody up the ranking in Google?
Yeah, I mean, search engine optimization it was everything, say 10, 15 years ago. Now it's just one of many. So we call basically the Google screen. Basically, Google search gets over 95% of all searches done today. So we want to make sure that we're saturating the screen with as many with as many listings as possible. So that can be from search engine optimization. It can be making sure that your company is in the Google map, so that when someone types for and looks for local results, that you come up. It can mean various things. It can also mean Google Ads, so that we actually make sure that we put your company up for relevant searches. Specific to search engine optimization, I could tell you a whole bunch of things, but there's literally hundreds of factors. The most important two things is making sure your website is set up properly technically, and secondly, making sure that you have all of relevant content with it, which has your keyword saturation, and so that it's relevant to what people are searching. That's all Google wants, is they want to give the best experience for their visitors.
It's fascinating when you talk about this, but a lot of our viewers really want to know, for entrepreneurs, when they start up a company, how do you go from I have this idea to I'm building a company, and what were the early days like?
Early days, like for us, well, it really came down to client demand, and then making sure that you're making all the right decisions in order to grow. Obviously, when you're first starting as an entrepreneur, it's usually just you, or if you have a good business plan, maybe some investment, but you're hedging your risks. You're making sure that every dollar counts. So really, that was us. We had a small office. There was a couple of us. We used. You have to be good, really good at a lot of different things. And then as an entrepreneur, you figure out what you specialize in. You figure out what your own hotspot is, where you're strong, and you find out maybe where you're a little weaker. And you have to then, as your company grows, your first couple of hires really need to be to cover over whatever your weaknesses are, so that your company becomes stronger. And I always say that it's that you always want to hire people that are better than you at everything.
So fascinating discussion. Tell us, what was the scariest part of starting a new business?
Oh, geez. There's a lot of scary things. It's, of course, when you're first starting at your own business, it's just making those payments. It's well, okay, I've got all my eggs in this one basket. So it's usually financial. And usually there's a bit of a confidence thing, like, can I actually get out there and do this? And you have to overcome that very quickly. And because if you don't, then that's where the issues begin. So really, it's about making sure that your finances are going to be looked after, that you have the support to get to where you need to be, and having that confidence. And you usually can gain that through reading books and making sure that you have a strong business
So
plan in
we're
place.
going to go to break.